Welcome back, my dear students. In the last session, we have finished chapter number 12, Exponents and Powers. In this session, let us learn chapter number 13, Direct and Inverse Proportions. Chapter number 13, Direct and Inverse Proportion. First, let us discuss about direct proportion. First, let us discuss about direct proportion. Let us suppose that there is two quantities. If the increase of one quantity makes the other quantity also increase, then it is said that the two quantities are in direct proportions. For example, let us consider about number of notebooks and its price are the two quantities. And let us suppose that number of notebooks, one notebook costs rupees 40. This is number of notebook and this is its price in rupees. So one notebook costs rupees 40. If we want to find out the price of two notebook, that is rupees 80, and the price of three notebook is rupees 120, and the price of four notebook is rupees 160. So when the number of notebook is increased, so here the number of notebook is increased, and in this case its price is also increased. So in this case, number of notebooks and its price are in direct proportion. Direct proportions. So two quantities x and y are said to be in direct proportion if they increase or decrease together in such a manner that the ratio of their corresponding values remain constant. That is, if x by y is equal to k, k is a positive number, then x and y are said to vary directly in such a case if x1 and x2 are the values of y corresponding to the values x1 x2 of x respectively, then x1 by x2 is equal to x2 by y2, and this x1 by x2 is equal to x2 by y2 we have to use as the formula for direct proportion. Now let us discuss about inverse proportion. Let us suppose that there is two quantities. If the increase of one quantity makes the other quantity decrease, then it is said that the two quantities are in inverse proportion. For direct proportion, x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2, and we have to use this as the formula for direct proportion. Now let's try exercise 13.1. Question 1. Following are the car parking charges near a railway station up to 4 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours, and its charges are rupees 60, rupees 100, rupees 140, rupees 180. Check if the parking charges are in direct proportion to the parking time. Okay, now let's try this. So exercise 13.1, question 1. Solution. Suppose the parking time of car is x hours and its charge in rupees is y. So now this is x and this is y, and in the question it is given that in 4 hours the parking charge is rupees 60, in 8 hours the parking charge is rupees 100, in 12 hours the parking charge is rupees 140, and in 24 hours the parking charge is 180. If this x and y are in direct proportion, then x by y will be equal to x1 by y1 and is equal to x2 by y2 and so on. Therefore x1 y1 Here this 4 is x1 and y1 is 60. X1 is 4 and y1 is 60. So 4 by 60. This 4 and 60 we can divide by 4. 4 one time is 4. Now 4 divided by 60. 4 one time is 4, 5, 6, 4, 5 times 20. We are getting 1 by 15. Now let's try to find out this. Let us divide by 4. 4 2 time is 8. 4 2 time is 9, 10. 4 by time is 20. We are getting 2 by 25. Next, x3 by y3, that is 12 by 140. 12 and 140 we can divide by 4. 4 3 times is 12. 4 3 times is 12, 13, 14. 4 5 times is 20. So 3 by 35. And we see that 1 by 15 is not equal to 2 by 25 and 3 by 35. So we know x1 by y1 is not equal to x2 by y2 is not equal to x3 by y3 is 1 by 15 is not equal to 2 by 25 is not equal to 3 by 35. So x1 by y1 is not equal to x2 by y2 is not equal to x3 by y3. Therefore, parking charges are not in direct proportion to the parking time. Here the question is over. Now let's write this question number 2. A mixture of paint is prepared by mixing 1 part of red pigment with 8 parts of base. In the following table, find the parts of base that need to be added. Part of red pigments, part of base. When the part of red pigment is 1, part of base is 8. When the part of red pigment is 4, we have to find out part of base. When the parts of red pigment is 7, we have to find out parts of base. When the parts of red pigment is 12, we have to find out part of base. When the parts of red pigment is 20, we have to find out part of base. We have to find out this and this and this and this. Okay, now let's write this question number 2. Question number 2, solution. Let parts of red pigment X and parts of base as Y. Now let's make a table. This is X, parts of red pigment, and this is Y, part of base. Then from that question, the first one is X, and for Y, the first one is 8, and this is 4. This is from the question 4, 7, 12, 20, and we have to find out Y1 how much, Y2 how much, Y3 how much, Y4 how much. Now this is a case of direct proportion. Therefore, this 1 by 8 will be equal to 4 by Y. This is the formula for direct proportion. So this implies that now cross multiplication. 1 and Y1 are multiplied, then we will get Y1. Now 8 and 4 will multiply, 8 into 4. Therefore, Y1 is equal to 8 4 times is 32. So we are getting Y1 is equal to 32. Now, similarly, 1 by 8 is equal to 7 by Y2. Next steps. Now cross multiplication. 1 and Y2 are multiplied, then we will get Y2 is equal to 7. 8 times is 56, so Y2 is 56. And again, let's take 1 by 8 is equal to 12 by Y3. 12 by y3. Therefore, now cross multiplication. 1 into y3 is equal to 8 into 12. 8 2 times is 16, 8 1 time is 9, so y3 is 96. Also, once again, let's take 1 by 8 is equal to, and here is 20 by y4. 20 by y4. Now let's use cross multiplication. 1 into y4 is y4. 8 into 20. 8 0 times is 0. 8 2 times is 16. We are getting 160. So y1 is 32. y2 is 56. y3 is 96. And y4 is 160. And this is the answer. Now let's try question number 3. In question number 2, in this question, if one part of red pigment require 75 milliliter of base, how much red pigment should we mix with 1800 milliliter of base? Okay, now let's write this. Question number 3 solution. Let X be the red pigment. Now let's make a table. Parts of red pigment and part of base. Now in the question, one part of red pigments requires 75 milliliter ml. So when part of red pigment is 1, part of base is 75 milliliter. Here we have to find out red pigment, and we are taking as X. And part of base that is given in the question is 1800 milliliter. So 1800. So this would be 1800. We know parts of red pigment is directly proportional to parts of base. Therefore, this 1 by 75 is equal to this X by 1800. Now cross multiplication. 75 and X are multiplied, then 75X. 1 and 1800 are multiplied, then 1800. Therefore, X is equal to 75 will divide 1800. Let us divide by 5. 5 1 time is 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 7 time is 35. Divide by 5. 5 3 time is 15, 16, 17, 18. 5 6 time is 30, then 0. This must be 15. 1 5 1 5 15. So if this 15 divide this, 15 2 time is 30, 15 4 time is 60, so 24 is getting. So 24. Hence, the required red pigment is equal to 24 milliliter, and this is the answer. Now let's try question number 4. A machine in a soft drink factory fills 140 bottles in 6 hours. How many bottles will it fill in 5 hours? Okay, now let's try this question. Let X be the number of bottles, then let's make a table. Number of time in hours, number of bottles. So number of time given in the question is 6 hours, and number of bottles is given as 840, and number of time now in the question is given as 5 hours, and number of bottles is to find out, that is x. This is a case of direct proportion. Therefore, 6 by 840 is equal to 5 by x. Now cross multiplication. 6 and x are multiplied, 6x, 5n, these numbers are multiplied, 840. Let's find out x. X is equal to, this 6 will divide 5 into 840. Now 6 divide this. 6 one time is 6, 7, 8. 6 4 times is 24, 0. 140 is getting. 5 into 140. 5 0 times is 0. 5 4 times is 20. 2 carry. 5 times is 6, 7. 700 is getting. Hence, the required number of bottles is equal to this. 700 is the required number of bottles. Here it is over. See, yarne ko bhab tare ko. Now let's see next question. Question number 5. A photograph of bacteria enlarged 50,000 times attain a length of 5 cm as shown in the diagram. This diagram, what is the actual length of the bacteria if the photograph is enlarged 20,000 times only? What would be its enlarged length? This is same as question number 3 and 4. So try this question number 5. Now let's try this question number 6. In a model of a ship, the mass is 9 cm high, while the mass of the actual ship is 12 meter high. If the length of the ship is 28 meter, how long is the model ship? Here, this mass means this portion mass. Now let's try this question. Question number 6 solution. Let x be the required length of the ship. Now let's make a table. Height of mass in centimeter, length of ship. This also this is in meter. So in the question it is given that height of the mass is 9 centimeter, then length of the ship is to find out x, and height of the mass is again 12, and length of the ship is 28. This is a case of direct proportion. Therefore 9 by x is equal to 12 by 28. Now cross multiplication. If x and 12 are multiplied, then we will get 12x. 9 and 28 are multiplied, 9 into 28. Therefore, x is equal to this 12 divide 9 into 28. Let us divide by 3. 3 3 are 9, 3 4 are 12, 4 7 times 28, 7 3 times 21. 21 centimeter. Hence, the length of the model ship is equal to this 21 centimeter, and this is the answer. Si gyan tara ni kuya ko. Question number 7 is same, so you try this question. Now let's try this question number 8. Rasmi has a road map with a scale of 1 centimeter representing 18 kilometer. She drives on a road for 72 kilometer. What would be her distance covered in the map? Okay, now let's try this question number 8. In this question, we have to find out her distance in the map. So let's take this as x. Let x centimeter be the required distance in the map. Now let's make a table. And this 72 kilometer is distance on the road, and there is actual distance. And this is in kilometer. Next is distance in the map. Distance in the map. And this is in centimeter. Here, actual distance in kilometer is 18 kilometer, 18, and this is represented by 1 centimeter. This must be 18, and in the map that must be 1. She drives on a road for 72 kilometers. So actual distance is now 72 kilometers. So 72, and this x is the required distance in the map. So x is to find out. Here, actual distance and distance in the map are directly proportional. So we can write as this is a case of direct proportion. Therefore, for direct proportion, 18 by 1 will be equal to 72 by x. 18 by 1 will be equal to 72 by x. Now cross multiplication. If x and 18 are multiplied, then we will get 18x. 1 and 72 are multiplied, there is 72. Therefore, if we want to find out x, this 18 will divide 72. If 18 divides 72, we are getting 4 times. 4 times is 32, 3 carry 4 1 times of 5 is 7, so we are getting 4. Now x is getting 4 and there will be in centimeter, that means this is 4 centimeter. Hence the required distance in the map is equal to 4 centimeter, and this is the answer. See, question number 9 is same. You try this question now. Let's try this question number 10. A loaded truck travel 14 km in 25 minutes. If the speed remains the same, how far can it travel in 5 hours? Okay, now let's try this question. Here the question says that a loaded truck can travel 14 km in 25 minutes. If the speed remains the same, that means if the truck is going in the same speed, how far it can travel in 5 hours. This is what we have to find out. Here the time is in hours and here the time is in minute. So first we have to convert this minute into hours. So we know 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour. Therefore, now 25 minutes, let's convert into hour. 25 minutes is equal to 25 by 60 hours. Let's divide by 5. 5 are 25. 60 divided by 5, that is 12. So we are getting 5 by 12 hours. And here we have to find out the distance the truck can travel in 5 hours. So let's take as x. Let x kilometer be the required distance the truck travel. After that, now let's make a table. Here time in hour, and here distance in kilometer. When the time is 5 by 12 hours, 5 by 12, the distance travel is here 14 kilometers. So this is 14 kilometer. Then x kilometer be the required distance. So distance is now x, and in the question time is 5 hours. So time is now 5. This is a case of direct proportion. Therefore, 5 by 12 divided by 14 is equal to 5 by x. This implies that now cross multiplication. This 5 by 12 and x are multiplied. 5 by 12 into x, and this 5 and 14 will be multiplied. 5 into 14. Next, 5 and x are multiplied. 5x. 12 is multiplying to the other side. Then 5 into 14 into this 12. Therefore, this x is equal to this 5 will divide this 5 into 14 into 12. 5 are cancelled. Now let us multiply 14 and 12. 14 into 12. 2 4 times is 8, 2 1 time is 2, 1 4 time is 4, 1 1 time is 1. 8, 6, 1. So we are getting 168. 168. Hence, the required distance the truck travel in 5 hours is equal to 168, and this is in kilometer, and this is the answer. See, here exercise 13.1 is over. Okay, for today let's stop here. Okay, all of you, thank you.